hi, once again, Mr. Gamer 990, and welcome to another episode of our live stream here. Let me just adjust the stupid webcam on our laptop here, but say hi to Ricard, Kuzland, and Magali. Magali is a sweetheart. She really is, and I love her so much. I love her to death, but Alistair is not with us apparently, and we have to join the court or the meeting, the lens meeting or whatever before the actual war begins. And I forgot to cheat, basically cheat. And make some gold and buy some items and stuff, but oh well, it's all on me, and we can't do much about that except proceed forward with the actual battle, and that's going to be quite something. It will. Dread Howl, okay, or charge, yeah, charge, okay, good. And can we upgrade him? Yeah, Ricard, okay, and strength, no, we don't need strength, fuck me. And constitution, yeah, constitution, that would be good. And what do we upgrade? Okay, let's go with dual passive or combat movement. I'll go with dual passive, or what's this right here? Sweep. I'll go with the dual weapon finesse for now and accept good. Oh, and by the way, guys and girls, I was thinking about watching the Witcher Netflix series because obviously I'm very curious about reading the books, and I know that the series is more based on the books themselves and not so much on the games, but it should be awesome. I hate this one fucking YouTuber who is a Witcher
my
fan,
decision is final.
but
I will stand by the Grey Wardens in this assault.
she's a piece
You
of
risk
shit
too much, Caleb.
for good
Darkspawn
reason.
Horde is too dangerous for you to be playing hero on the front lines.
Rather, I hate her
That's
for
the
good
case.
reason.
Perhaps we should wait for the
But
Orlesian
yeah.
forces to join us after all.
I must repeat my protest to your
Caleb.
fool notion that we need the Orlesians to defend ourselves.
And Logan.
It is not a full notion. Our arguments with the Orlesians are a thing of the past, and you will remember who is king.
Something.
How fortunate Marek did not live to see his son ready to hand
Is a miss.
Ferelden over to
Yeah.
those who enslaved us for a century.
Clearly.
Then our current forces will have to suffice,
And,
won't they? Duncan, are your men ready for battle?
They are, Your Majesty.
Yeah.
And this is the young lord from Highever I met
Something will
earlier.
happen.
I understand congratulations are in order.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Every Grey Warden is needed now. You should be honored to join their ranks.
Yeah.
Your fascination with glory and legends will be your undoing, Caleb.
He's
we
a
must
kid.
attend to reality.
Kinda.
Fine, speak your strategy. The Grey Wardens and I draw the Darkspawn into charging our lines, and then?
You will alert the tower to light the beacon, signaling my men to charge from
To
cover.
flank the Darkspawn, I remember. This
Yeah.
is the Tower of Ishal in the ruins, yes? Well, who shall light this beacon?
I have a few men stationed there. It's not a
Oh.
dangerous task, but it is vital.
Then we
Fuck
should
me.
send our best. Send Alistair and the new Grey Warden to
yeah.
make sure it's done.
I forgot to actually change the setting on my Elgato or game capture from the PS4 to Xbox 360, but me being the dumbass, I forgot about that and placed it to Xbox One and not the Xbox 360. But yeah, fuck me, I know, and I'll do my best, Your Majesty. You mean I won't be fighting in the battle? I'll do my best, Your Majesty, yeah?
You rely on
Let's,
these Grey Wardens too much. Is that truly wise?
The task
Enough of your conspiracy theories,
given to
Logan.
us
Grey
by
Wardens
King
battle the Blight
Kalen.
no matter where they're from.
Your Majesty, you should consider the possibility of the archdemon appearing.
There have been no signs of
Yeah.
any dragons in the wilds.
Archdemon.
Isn't that what your men are here for, Duncan?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Yeah.
Your Majesty, the tower and its beacon are unnecessary. The
We
circle
will
of
not
mage
trust any lives to your spells, mage. Save
What's her
them for
name?
the Darkspawn.
Win. Yeah.
Enough.
Win.
This plan will suffice. The Grey Wardens will light the beacon.
Thank you, Loghain. I cannot wait for that glorious moment. The Grey Wardens battle beside the King of Ferelden to stem the tide of evil.
I love
Yes,
his
Galen. Glorious
enthusiasm.
moment for us all.
Yeah. And by the way, that stupid ass YouTuber, I don't even want to give out her name, but her name is
You heard the plan. You and
username
Alistair will go
is
to the Tower of Ishal
Gamer
and ensure the beacon is lit.
What? I won't leave the
MD83.
battle.
I hate
This
her
is by the
guts,
King's
I do,
personal request,
but
Alistair.
fuck her.
If the
And
beacon is not lit, Tern Loghain's men won't know when to charge.
the battle
So
is
he needs 2 Grey Wardens standing up there holding the torch, just in
Yeah.
case, right?
not too far now. And where is the Tower of Tower of Ishal exactly?
The tower is on the other side of the gorge from the King's camp, the way we came when we arrived. You'll need to cross the gorge and head through the gate and up to the tower entrance. From the top, you'll
Yeah.
overlook the entire valley.
Okay, sounds easy enough. When do we light the beacon?
We will signal you when the time is right. Alistair will know what to look for.
Can we join the battle afterwards? What if the archdemon appears? Yeah.
We soil our drawers, that's what.
If it
I
does,
love
leave it to us.
Alistair.
I want no
His,
heroics from either of you.
Sense of humor, you know. How much time do we have?
The battle is about to begin.
Alistair,
Once I
though.
leave, move quickly. You'll have less than an hour.
Can we join the battle afterwards? Are we in any danger?
Of course, even the best laid plans go awry. So do what you must. I trust you both.
Just not enough to actually fight with the rest of you.
Yeah.
There will be plenty of battles, Alistair. Be patient.
Can we join the battle afterwards? I know what I have to do, yeah.
Then I
Let's
must join
get
the
to it.
others. From here, you two are on your own. Remember, you are both Grey Wardens. I expect you to be worthy of that title.
Yeah.
Duncan, may the Maker watch over you.
Something
May
is
he watch
amiss
over us
and
all.
something will happen. Yeah, you can just feel it in the atmosphere, you know. But what should we do next? We should proceed to the Tower of Ishal. But yeah, guys and gals, things won't go so well, and Loghain knows exactly what he's doing. He does. And can we open the chest? I don't think so. No.
Cannot.
We need some kind of key, and I love Ricard's voice. I just love it so much. You know, his English accent, which normally to me would be pretentious as fuck. And the people with that kind of accent, I want to punch them so hard in their fucking faces. But for Ricard, Sir Ricard, it's pretty cool, and I guess sexy too. But yeah, it starts. The Battle of Ostagar. This night, this battle will be remembered for the wrong reasons, and I love the
plan
that
will work,
candle.
Your Majesty.
Of course it will. The blight ends here.
blessing them, even though they need far more than just blessing for this horror. Yeah. The introduction of the, what do you say, the Darkspawn army is really awesome and shows just how threatening they are. But yeah, it begins. They'll do their part, we'll do ours. Good luck, Sir Duncan and King Kalen. But let's go. Once this is over. Yeah, bring it. They're scared, but by the end, they showed, or they've shown zero fear by the end. They went from being scared to being so pissed and wanting blood, Darkspawn blood, and that's so awesome. It is, but it begins the Battle of Ostagar. Yeah.
Archers! Hounds! For Ferelden!
Yeah. Ferelden. I love how really young he is. I do. I mean, it's actually quite surprising. His build is
Tower of
kind of
Ishal!
like my own, because if you guys can see me right now, I am both slim and toned. Not so much toned like you could see my muscles or shit, but I'm pretty toned, so it's kind of, you know, like unexpected to see how his body shape and his physique matches my own, but yeah. And minus the hair, I like how he looks.
Grey Wardens, aren't you? The tower, it's been taken.
What are you talking about, man?
His
Taken
eyes
how?
too.
The Darkspawn came up through the lower chambers. They're everywhere. Most of our men are dead.
All right.
Then we have to get to the beacon and light it ourselves.
I streamed an entire hour early, even though I was supposed to stream, I think, at 3 o'clock, 3 to 4. But oh well, I made one too many mistakes today, but let's have some fun, shall we? And this should be awesome, yeah? Okay, fuck you bitches. Fuck you bitches. And we're gonna need a lot of health potions, yeah? A lot of them. Okay, fuck you assholes. Strike these cocksuckers down. Good. Yeah, fuck off, bitch. Fuck off and die. And we're not done yet. We're not. But let's kill these bitches. Instructed. Okay, cool. And strike this cocksucker and he's dead. Wow. Okay, nice. I mean, he's dead and out, and we got some potions. Cool. Okay. And that idiot YouTuber I mentioned on, you know, who was a fan of the Witcher series, she really is an asshole. I'll just say that, but I am excited to see the Witcher series regardless if that bitch just so happens to be a fan of the series. And the books in particular, I really want to read, you know, because I guess I'm more interested in the books than I am in the games, even though I played the games and do like them a lot, but the books I don't doubt carry a lot more depth, and they give the characters a lot more, you know, I guess substance and backstories and what have you. But yeah, we should proceed towards the tower, and I just want to collect some items here and shit. But there we go, good, okay. And let's proceed there, shall we? I love the statue here, and yeah, the tower, quite big and extravagant, but it won't be so big and extravagant once the war is over, or the battle rather. And yeah, fuck these assholes, these scumbag darkspawn monsters, monstrous creatures, that is. Yeah, fuck you. Darkspawn maggots. I was expecting that there was a trap of sorts, but no, no traps. Okay, good. Yeah, wary, of course. And fuck this bitch. Fuck him. Yeah, fuck you, bitch. The alpha. Good. Fuck you, cocksucker. Fuck you. Yeah, it's begun. Yeah, damn right. Okay. And we got some stuff here. Let's give Alistair some items and shit, and he could use them. But let's see. Okay, Alistair, what can we give to you, you sexy motherfucker? How do you switch the offhand? Oh, that's how you do it. Okay. We need to. We don't need to do anything really, but let's just switch to that dagger right there. Okay, good. And I think we can switch to Alistair. Actually, no, it's this one. Alistair, okay. What do we give the sexy boy here? No. I do not want to switch to that. Okay, yeah, I definitely don't want to switch to that. And what should we give him? Nothing else? How about some armor? Oh my god, I'm thinking of Battle Ready Armor from Kids Next Door, this Cartoon Network TV series. But I do love that cartoon show, I really do. And let's give Alistair some chainmail, and I think he's got some. So that's alright. And how about the gloves? No, he's fine. So I guess he's good. And the boots? Yep, he's good. And nothing else, thank God. Okay, and how about Magali? Does she have, a dog collar we can give her? No, she does not. And wait, Dragon Age plate? Ah, interesting. Can this be worn by... Oh, no. This cannot be worn by anyone but a hero. I'm sorry, not hero, a warrior. And since I hope to God that my character Alistair can wear it, because since I am a rogue, I cannot wear that, even though we are the main protagonist. But yeah, and let's exit and go towards the tower. And can we find some items here? Nope, too bad. And the entrance should be up here. I just want to be sure we got all the items, and yeah, I think we did. Wait, no. That's why it's always good to explore and just be sure that you got every single item you found. Indeed, you have, sis. How have you been? God, I can't say that. How have you been? But you good? I've been good. How about you? I'm glad to hear that, sis. And I've been great. I was, kind of pissed about that idiot from Quebec. But what the fuck? I clicked the, disarm trap, but oh, I disarmed it even though I went kaboom. Okay. But besides that Quebecer pissing me off, I've been great. And I mentioned how, like, I was planning to watch the Witcher TV series because I'm very interested in reading the books more so than I'm interested in playing. Wow, I forgot about, the Grey Warden, but yeah, I want to watch the show because I'm a fan of the books, or rather, I want to read the books, and I'm not watching it because of the games themselves, but yeah, and let's use a some kind of we need to use, like, I think the bandage and shit, but yeah, the thing is, when it comes to the TV show of The Witcher, I'm not so much interested in, oh, it's going to be a faithful adaptation of the stories told in the games. No, 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 no. I'm more interested in how faithful it is to the books, which were written by this Polish author.
It is over.
But it should be good. And I asked my older brother last he was here if there was, you know, so much nudity and so much sex and you know and if it's you know like all over the place, because I hate that garbage. I really hate it so much. I mean, there is only one place I look for that kind of shit, and that's in the internet, and it has nothing to do with a story being told. Because if you want that kind of garbage to jerk off to like a fucking pervert, go ahead, but for me, I'm not really interested in that garbage. No, no, no. And it should be good, hopefully. And since you spoke about Jason Momoa, it reminded me of like, let's see, use the potion also good. It reminded me of how Henry Cavill, yeah, like you know Henry Cavill, he's the actor who plays like Geralt of Rivia, and he looks really good in his role. I'm not talking about the appearance. I'm talking about like and the way he carries himself as Geralt. And by the way, my God, I mentioned to the people watching the stream, if depending on how many there are, that there's this idiot YouTuber who I hate so much. I don't even want to mention her name because that's how much I hate her. But because I mentioned it once, I'll mention it to you since you've arrived. Her name is GamerMD83. No one knows her real name, and that's what's so frustrating about her. One of many things about her I hate so much is the fact that she does not reveal her real name, even though her friends do. But her friends who are also YouTubers, but honestly, she like many of the other fans of the Witcher series, quote unquote fans, they are so like you know into the sex and nudity of the Witcher games and like Geralt is so hot and that kind of shit. I mean, uh, I don't mind like you know people going being all crazy about how hot Geralt is or Cullen or Alistair, but I mean if you focus too much on their appearance, it's the same thing like how I feel about people looking at the female characters in games. Like these characters are more than their appearances. Even the actor who played Jon Snow brought this up about how women look at him as a pretty boy and not so much for his acting skills, and I feel bad for him, I really do. And to be honest, I could not feel more sick by people who focus too much on the appearances and not so much on the characters' personalities and what makes them, you know, complex and just interesting as you know characters and what motivates them. But yeah. I hope to God that the Witcher series does have, you know, less focus or emphasis on sex, nudity, and violence, even though the violence is part of the whole tone of the series. I wish there would be more. There's going to be more emphasis on characters and uh, development of said characters and the story, which I know there will be. Appearance as well as their personality slash backstory. Yeah. Me, more so personality and backstory than appearances, but yeah, we are basically of the same mind when it comes to the how and the kind of tales we look for. Because I mean, like once again, whoever wants to look for like eye candy, that kind of shit, there's something called the internet. But yeah,
What are
I
these Darkspawn doing ahead of the rest of the
uh,
Horde?
she
There wasn't
it's
supposed to be any resistance here.
Yeah, there wasn't supposed to be any resistance, but obviously things don't go according to plan. Weren't you complaining that you wouldn't get to fight? Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, you're right. I guess there is a silver lining here if you think about
I
it.
love you.
At any rate, we
This.
need to hurry. We need to get up to the top of the tower and light the signal fire in time. Tyron Loghain will be waiting for the signal.
this is what this right here, sis, is what gravitates me towards a character, not their appearances or eye candy, because you could be the most beautiful like SOB or cunt in the world and I would hate your fucking guts if you're annoying as hell. But Alistair, my god, he is so fucking funny and he can be serious when he has to, and that's what, you know, gravitates us towards him, and that's what makes a character truly human and not, you know, eye candy or that kind of shit. That is my issue, that people seem to not understand, even though these people are like supposedly, you know, college graduates, and it's so hilarious actually when I find out that they don't use their fucking brains for a split second, but fuck them. And oh my god, the trebuchets or the ballistas, fuck that shit. But yeah, that's one of the many reasons why I hate that YouTuber who I mentioned. I just hate how she used characters and this I dislike him personally, but I look more into his backstory. I became more drawn towards him because he's actually relatable. Exactly. I mean, exactly, sis. And it's the same thing, like, you know, how a lot of times I could look at a character a certain way, even though I tend to judge them a bit too harshly, which is wrong of me, because like Gamlin, there is more to them, and it's so easy to label someone, oh, this guy's an asshole, or that kind of shit, but it reminds me of this conversation I had with the Quebecer and how he was saying that, oh, like, you know, Vikings used to kill because to survive, and I was like, wow, they pillage they pillage the houses and homes of people they attack, and they kill
Task is finished.
the men, women, and children. Before that, they fucking rape them, and I'm like, wow, that to him is survival. Okay, fuck you, asshole. I was like, because how does that count as survival? Rape and murder, you know? I mean, that asshole is fucking retarded if he thinks that that's what counts as survival. I mean, he's a fucking, like, it's a maniac. I mean, who tries to justify rape or murder? I mean, you mentioned to me before, like, you watched I Spit on Your Grave. Watching that movie, sis, at times I could not do it. I just could not. I had to skip a lot of that film because of how it really pissed me off. And if it was not for the payback in the second half of the film, I would have not, you know, wanted to watch it, or like, you know, post a review about it on Instagram, which was years ago. But yeah, I can't imagine how others could watch that film if it wasn't for the you know, it being a revenge story. Exactly, exactly. And sis, what the Vikings and pirates did is a crime. I don't care how, like, you know, nowadays the pirates and Vikings are so like uh, ro- uh, romanticized in fiction, whether it be in movies or whatever. I hate that shit so much because it's fine to enjoy them, but try to understand that these people were not like heroes, or like, you know, they aren't as poetic as the films or books make them out to be. They are murderers and rapists. That's what, yeah, people like even my friend Emily seems to miss. And I'm like, okay, fine, enjoy what you want to enjoy, but try to know the facts. But yeah, this right here is one of many, you know, discussions or conversations I had with the idiot Quebecer, and he really is a child, sis. He really is, and you know me. I hate children or rather, I hate adults who have the minds of children. I hate that so much. It's why I really can't understand like the you know, like the fandoms of like, you know, Dragon Age or any games like, oh my god, DMC, sis. What's this whole love with for Nero and V and Dante? I mean, sis, I love Sarah to death, but you will not see me making an account which is entirely about me loving Sarah. I mean, I am like some kind of some kind of sick obsessor, or like some sick dude obsessed with Sarah, and I'm like, dude, relax, you love her, okay. And it's the same thing with fans of Nero or like Dante or V or whatever. I'm like, okay, you love them, cool, but man, these fans, sis, these fans are insane. But same thing with like, I know that you have one of the members of your family, and which is in your Twitter bio, is this woman. I think her name is Southern Belle. She's a huge fan of Arthur Morgan, and sis, I was sad when Arthur died. I was fucking sad when John Marston died, but I'm like, this woman is clearly like so obsessed with Arthur that she posted something along the line of, I'm still thinking of Arthur Morgan now, and how like, oh, he captured my heart in another post that she made, and I'm like, I'm sure I'm sure she's a sweetheart of a person, but you know, I'm like, get a fucking life. And I'm like, you know, it's a game, and he's a fucking fictional character. I mean, same with Sarah, but yeah. I personally like Nero for his personality. Honestly, counts are fine as long as they're not obsessed as fuck. Oh, trust me, there are so many who are obsessed with these characters. She posts them as a joke mainly. I hope to God, sis, because you know me, I am more like serious in nature, so I can't tell a joke from like from something that's serious. And oh my God, it reminds me of something. Every time I bring this up to people about how like I don't have the kind of humor they do, they always bring up like, oh, it's because you grew up in a country in which it's a lot different how they handle, you know, like how they handle people, or like how they greet others. And I'm like, what does my country, or what does where I come from have to do with what my issue is, or what we're talking about? I mean, this same asshole who was from the US, I was asking her, what does my race have to do with anything? And she never answered my question. I'm like, fuck you, bitch. Because, I mean, not once, sis, not once will you see nationality has nothing to do with the topic. Exactly. And sis, if you've seen any one of the reviews I made, or any one of the videos I produced on my gaming channel, Let's Plays included, not once do I mention a woman or man's appearance, and not once do I mention a character's orientation, sexual orientation, gender, or skin color, whatever. If they're an asshole, they're an asshole. If they're a good person, they're a good person. And I don't say things from my fucking ass. I don't. That's and yes, I'm going to admit, a lot of times, more often than not, I have a very aggressive attitude, which I don't doubt you also have. But for me, it's a lot more extreme, especially how I can go overboard, and it's just like, you know, there's no excuse for it. But honestly, I just can't, you know, help but just express how sick I am of people who just don't like to use their heads, or try not to, you know, focus too much on the exterior and focus more on the interior. And you know, I mentioned this, you know, to my nanny over here. I have a nanny who take cares can go overboard in some shape or form, so it's all right. Thanks, sis. But I mentioned to my nanny who takes care of my younger sister, who I think is 1 or 2 years old. Her name is Lemma, by the way. My younger sister, not stepsister, but half sister, because my dad has married twice. But I mentioned to her how, like, if I met these same people who you know, like lacked the brains, as I mentioned, I would, you know, really beat the shit out of them. I mean, I would gladly buy a ticket and find out where the hell they live, and I'm going to deal with them, because I don't deal with, you know, drama through social media. I deal it, you know, the old-fashioned way, you know, with a fist in the face, or if we can't do it with a fist and they prefer to use, like, you know, arguments or debates, why not? But I prefer to see them face to face. Well, you know, man to man, woman to woman to woman to woman. But yeah, I just hate fucking pussies who hide behind the computer screen. And aside from that, I just been you know, I just been having a good, I guess, a good day. And here's the thing, on, just because you know I'm clearly pissed as hell. It does not mean like you know, oh, my anger is like it's something that is a bother. No, no, no. I mean it's quite the opposite. You know, everyone has their own motivations in life, and for me it's pretty much you know my anger and this very intense personality I have, or like aggressive personality I have. It's what you know it's like you know how I can describe from, if you watch this anime series called One Punch Man, there is one character called Metal Bat, that's actually his name. But Metal Bat, he is unsure of his own power, but basically every time he gets pumped or pissed, he he gets stronger. I get you. Dad was always like that back in the day. He hates seeing 2-on-1 or whatever. Exactly. Yeah, I hate that shit so much, and that's why. You know I prefer to let my action speaks for me, especially if no one wants to listen to reason. And you know, he says, I don't doubt that Bradley and I are very much the same. It's why I love him so much, and why you know, because you know, and correct me if I'm wrong, but Bradley seems like you know he's a man's man. And thing is this, even though like you know, there's so many things in life I like pretty much like you know the kind of things that. Uh, Women supposedly like I like as well, and I have a lot of you know feminine aspects and traits to me. But honestly, I am in the end a man's man, and that's why I love Bradley so much. Is because he himself is a man's man. But if if ever he and I met, which is going to be in a few months' time, I would you know love to talk with him a lot. I really would. And let's level up, you know, Alistair, because he could use that shit. And here we go, Dex. Only one time for Dex, and Constitution, and Willpower. And we're going to focus mainly later on Strength. But yeah, and what's next, Warrior? Let's go to right here. Should we upgrade shield defense? Yeah, shield defense, because he's going to need that. And you know, I just love like you know characters like you know, besides Bradley, I love characters like Metal Bat, and Metal Bat has a younger sister. I mean, his sister is so much like my own, but he's very well down to earth, but along with this stuff, if anyone as long as you don't be a douchebag. Yeah, same. Or the fam, yeah. No, no, no. And if and if somehow, which I don't doubt I won't be, if it does happen, he can kick my ass, and I want him to because I deserve it. But yeah, and let's oh my god, this ogre is a fucking pussy. Oh my god, a fucking pussy this ogre is. Look at him. Oh no, 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 no. Oh my god. Wow, wow. I call him a pussy and he punched me to death. Wow. Big mouth. Fucking big mouth. Yes, I know. Oh no, 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 no. Fuck me. Heal, heal, heal. Thank you. My god. Lol. I called this bitch a pussy and I died. A punch. Exactly. I couldn't do jack shit. I mean, don't like see sis. You would not do it ever because unlike you, I'm a dumbass. But don't like mock the fucking ogre. Do not mock him. But yeah, I mean like if if uh i- i- if like ever I was a
It's over
dick,
here. Surely missed the
you
signal.
you and Brad
Let's light it
would
quickly before it's too
would be sure to kick my ass, and we're going to light the beacon right now. But yeah, it's gonna be an awesome fun time with you, Brad, Anna, Rebecca, and I am not really sure how I'm going to react around Rebecca's soon-to-be fiance, or like, what the fuck am I talking about? Wow, I'm so brain dead. But or her husband, soon-to-be husband, and but I'm sure I'm gonna have a lot of fun time. Ogre chased one of the party members while everyone else attacks. Oh my god, I should have done that. But honestly, I was so confident, and because how strong Kuzland and the rest of the gang were against him that I basically underestimated the ogre. So that was my mistake there. A stupid ass mistake, but a mistake nonetheless. And oh, fuck me up my ass. I forgot to give this to Megali and the stupid fucking Warden's Oath, the necklace. Yes, yes, I'm a fucking retard. Fuck me. And put the collar. Why? Why? What the fuck? Oh, can we equip it on someone? Willpower? Blood Mage? No, no, no. We need like what's her name? Morgan. Once we get Morgan, we'll give her the stash of forbidden secrets. Sash? What the fuck is a sash? Oh my god, I don't know why, but that name, man, just gives me a wrong idea. I'm thinking of something else, but yeah, the beacon has been lit and the war is nearly at an end. So enjoy, guys and gals and sis.
Sound the retreat.
But
Oh
what about
boy.
the king? Should we not...
Do as I command.
Logan. It doesn't. It's the battle itself
All of you, let's move!
ends terribly, but the war is far from over. Yeah. This was not like a loss, simply a loss. It was a betrayal and it was a massacre in Logan. But you know, the one thing I like is that I liked how she wasn't, you know, for it. She was against it, but I don't know. What the fuck could you do? But man, Kaelin, Duncan, every one of them, Jesus. Logan will pay in death or in service. But see, this broke my heart the most, Kaelin's death. But this, what came after with Duncan is awesome. Hubbies, Duncan, Kaelin, yeah, exactly. Our hubbies are down, but he did not go down without a fight. Yeah, damn right. You know, I really love this moment. It's so small, but I love how he's going up to Kaelin's body and he's holding him. Obviously, like, I betrayed you, my king. I could not protect you, and he will, you know, die fighting, protecting his body. That is so beautiful and really poetic. Yeah, it is. And the music, man. Small details like this, sis, I love so much. I really do, as I'm sure you do as well. But this is how you tell stories, with or without dialogue and damn. Yeah, it's like Mama Kuzan protecting Papa Kuzan. Exactly, sis. I mean, it's that, or like in Dragon Age 2 when Hawk's mother died and he or she is by the fireplace and how clearly she...
Ah, your eyes finally open. Mother shall be pleased.
Yeah, I'm sure he or she is not, like, you know, still it has not yet processed mother dying. And here's the thing, sis. I mean, that ending in Dragon Age 2, right? No, not ending, but the Hawk's mother's death in Dragon Age 2 still gets to me because of how young Hawk is and how he can't. Oh, you're right. Hi Morgan, which is the wilds. But it really got to me how young Hawk is and how he is not sure, he or she is not sure how to process losing someone they love, considering that he and his sister are still young. But What happened to the Darkspawn? I remember you, a girl from the wild. What happened to the Darkspawn?
You were injured, and then Mother
Exactly,
rescued
she
you.
did.
Do you not remember?
Yeah. I remember being overwhelmed by the Darkspawn. Wait, what happened to the army to the king? Yeah.
The man who was to respond to your signal quit
Wish
the
when
field.
you
The Darkspawn
Most
won
tasty.
your battle.
Same.
Those
Same
he
sis.
abandoned were massacred. Your friend, he is
But
not taking it well.
I guess, you know, like, he does not want to be, you know, reminded of Leandra and the kind of and the way she died. It's exactly why I never tell him why, or rather how Leandra died. Because, you know, I mean, the way she died is just fucked up, and it's like you said, she deserved far better. And my friend, you mean Alistair? Yeah.
The suspicious dim-witted one who was with you before.
Oh my God.
Yes. He
I
is
love
outside by the fire. Mother asked to see you when you awoke.
I love Morgan and just how to, like Alistair has a light sense of humor, but she has a very dark sense of humor. But either ways, I love both of them. Why does your mother want to see me?
I do not know. She rarely tells me her plans.
Well, I mean, she is so cold in nature, even in her response and how coy she is. You know, coy as in like she's so deceptive, but where my injury is severe.
Yes, but I expect you shall be fine.
Yeah,
The
an
Darkspawn
arrow.
did nothing Mother could not heal.
Mm-hmm. And what about Alistair? Is he all right?
He is, as you are. I suppose it would be unkind to say he is being childish.
Yeah, no surprise there. I always tell him Leander was the only sibling he had. All right, and does he ever go back to the estate with Hawk? If you do tell him that, I hope so, because I would like to, to have him join so that he wouldn't feel alone. But yeah,
You were welcome.
well,
Though Mother did most
oh,
of the work,
that's
I
sad.
am no healer.
She's so cute. I mean, I just love how I love the small detail again with how like she acts all cold, but once she is shown a small bit of gratitude, she's like, oh, she's very shy and does not know how to answer. You know, basically being thanked. I wish Bio would allow that. Again, moving in. Yes, it would be so awesome, sis. It really would.
I will stay and make something to eat.
And I really hope that it does that in Dragon Age 4 they're going to do right by the game and the characters who will obviously be introduced in the game. But we should see once we're done talking with Flemeth, we're going to end the episode. But let's chat with Morgan a bit.
You must speak to Mother, then be gone. You have an army of Darkspawn to avoid, and 'twould be best to get an early start.
Yeah? Why does your mother want to see me?
I do not know. She rarely tells me her plans.
Yeah, but it would be so awesome if they
Yes, but I
fucking
expect you should be
introduce
fine. The Darkspawn did nothing Mother could not heal.
the Grey Warden in Dragon Age 4. I mean, it's just they have to. They just have to, because I mean, for you want to see Alistair with your Grey Warden, and for me, I want to see my Grey Warden with Liliana. And if they don't do it, then
He
they
is,
really
as you are. I suppose it would be unkind to say he is being
they
childish.
did they did wrong by their fans. But yeah, very unkind. Those were her friends. I have some questions if you don't
I do
mind.
not mind. Take your time.
Are we safe here?
We are safe for the moment. Mother's magic keeps the Darkspawn away.
Yeah.
Once you leave, 'tis uncertain what will happen. The Horde has moved on, so you might avoid it.
Yeah. Why did your mother save us?
I wonder at that myself. But she tells me nothing. Perhaps you were the only ones she could reach. I would have rescued your king. A king would be worth a much higher ransom than you.
Oh yeah. Oh, and by the way, sis, I want to give you a another reason why I don't like the much higher coin is important. Thanks a lot.
I am only being practical.
Yeah, I want to give you another reason as to why I didn't.
She turned into a giant bird and plucked the two of you from atop the tower,
Oh,
one in
yeah,
each talon. If you do
shapeshifter.
not believe that tale, then I suggest you ask Mother yourself. She may even tell you.
Why I don't like that YouTuber who I mentioned before. It's because she responds to others who comments to her so harshly, despite the fact that what they commented towards her is not does not warrant her that kind of harsh comment or like response. Even someone who brought this up to her, and she did not respond to that person, and I'm like, what a fucking bitch. Because sis, even if someone says something to me like, and trust me, sis, some comments on my channel is very disgusting and vile, and yet I respond to them either in a respectful manner, or I just don't respond at all, and I just basically leave
Only stragglers that are
their
long
comments. But
gone.
yeah.
You would not want to see what is happening in that valley now.
Oh, I don't doubt it's gruesome, but basically she is like she overreacted to comments like these, which is basically nothing, and she is so sensitive and so insecure, and that's why I hate her.
Are you sure
And
you want me to describe it?
and and what makes it worse, sis, is how like on camera she's acting all cute, quote unquote cute, but in the comment section she is so different, and that's what I fucking hate about assholes like her, and why I really can't see how she's gained a following. It's disgusting. Exactly, yeah. Overreacting whore. And sis, if you seen her face, her and her stupid fucking hair, and my god, sis, she has changed her hair so many times. It's so annoying. And when you see the way she acts on her video, which is just so nauseating. I mean, like, Emily is cute and charming and is real in that regard. You are cute and charming and are real in that regard. She's acting, sis, and that's what I fucking hate about her.
I
But
had a good
yeah,
view of the battlefield. 'Tis a grisly scene. There are bodies everywhere, and darkspawn swarm them, feeding, I think. They
so
also look for survivors and drag them back down beneath the ground.
yeah.
I cannot say why.
It's difficult for me sometimes to play Dragon Age or watch The Witcher, which I'm going to eventually, or play Mass Effect and not think about her, because all these things which we like, sis, she also likes, and I can't help but think of her face every time I look at this game or the others. It's because of how I've been watching her for like I think 3 years ago, for so long, until I just gave up on her because of how much of a dick she turned out to be. So those survivors could be rescued.
If you are willing to run into the midst of the horde,
But yeah,
perhaps.
it's hard to separate sometimes, but fuck her. Why did Tyrion Loghain abandon the king? How would she
I do
know?
not know who this Loghain even is. Perhaps
Exactly.
ask Mother of it.
Yeah, I think I've asked enough questions
I
and we
agree.
can see
This
her.
time you speak with Mother,
Yeah.
then be on your way.
The shapeshifter, or her mother, who just so happens to be a shapeshifter, Flemeth, the I guess alpha witch of the wilds, and you have a beta, that is Morgan. And Mythal, right? Mythal, that's another. It's a really cool name, but another name of hers.
See, here is your fellow Grey Warden. You worry too much, young man.
Yeah.
You're alive. I thought you were dead for sure.
I love you. Oh, sis, I know, sis, you feel the same way. I'm not, thanks to Morgan's mother. What the fuck? Yeah, exactly.
This doesn't seem real. If it weren't for Morrigan's mother, we'd be
Wow.
dead on top of that tower.
Calm
Do
down,
not
we're
talk about
fine.
me as if I am not present, lad.
I love
didn't
how
mean- But what do we call you? You've never
worried
told
he
us your
looks.
name.
So
Ain't it
cute.
pretty, but useless. The chastened folk call me Flemeth. I suppose it will do.
The Flemeth?
Yeah, the
From the
Flemeth.
legends? Daveth was right.
Hmm?
You're the Witch of the Wilds, aren't you?
And what does that mean? I know a bit of magic, and it has served you both well, has it not?
Yeah, but oh my god, sis, falling bot, calm, wanna... Who the fuck was that? Huh? My god, spammer, what the fuck? Who cares what she is? We need to do something now? I mean, oh fuck, off bot, exactly, yeah? Fucking bot, if you're Flemeth, you must be very old and powerful. Wow, wow! Lack of
You cannot
manners.
have all the Grey Wardens dying at once,
Exactly,
can you?
yeah?
Someone
I
has to
mean,
deal with these dark spawn.
don't call
It
someone
has always
old.
been the Grey
Just
Warden's
don't.
duty to unite the lands against the Blight. Or did that change when I wasn't looking?
It changed when most of them were slaughtered. The Grey Wardens are no more. Let someone else do it. It changed when most of them were slaughtered. The land is hardly united thanks to Logain.
That doesn't make any sense. Why would he do it?
Now
wonder.
that is a good question. Men's hearts hold shadows darker than any tainted creature. Perhaps he believes the Blight is an army he can outmaneuver. Perhaps he does not see that the evil behind it is the true threat.
The archdemon.
Wow. I mean, speaking of man's hearts and the darkness and whatever, the Quebecer, he mentioned something about like, oh, human nature it is to do some cruel things, and I'm like, there is no excuse for that. Whether you're good or bad, murder is murder, and yes, the murder can go in some degrees, but if you kill someone without there being justice, the right kind of justice delivered, then you are a murderer in essence. But if justice is never delivered, then yes, you can kill this fucker, because if no one's going to pass a sentence on him, then he does deserve to die. But that's where me and that idiot like to disagree with each other. What is this archdemon exactly?
It is said that long ago, the Maker sent the old gods of the ancient to Vinter Imperium to slumber in prisons deep beneath the surface. An archdemon is an old god awakened and tainted by darkspawn. Believe that or not, history says it's a fearsome and immortal thing, and only fools ignore history.
Oh, sis, I forgot to ask you, what do you have planned for like the next chapter of your? I have a feeling he's heavily into Hammurabi. I think so, sis. I really do think so. But what do you have planned for the next chapter of your like fan fiction, which is walk with me? I think that's the name. Oh my god, I forget the simplest of names. I forget names, so quickly. But what's the next chapter? Will you help us fight this blight, Flemeth?
Me? I am just an old woman who lives in the wilds. I know nothing of blights and darkspawn.
Well, whatever Logain's insanity, he obviously thinks the darkspawn are a minor threat. We must warn everyone this isn't the case.
We're going to.
And who will believe you? Unless you think to convince this Logain of his mistake.
He just betrayed his own
away
king.
with me, right?
If Al-Eamon knew what he did at Ostagar, he would be the first to call for his execution.
I can't wait for that, sis. I really can't wait for that. And yeah, I'm a fucking idiot for not, for being unable to remember the name. But Al-Eamon, the Earl of Redcliffe.
Al-Eamon wasn't at Ostagar. He
Can't wait to read it though.
And he was Cailan's uncle. I know him. He's a good man, respected in the Landsmeet. Of course, we could go to Redcliffe and appeal to him for help.
Yeah, same with the other fan fictions you wrote, and surely there are other allies we could call. That's an excellent idea. Keep in mind that Logain was also an honorable man. Yeah.
The Jarl would never do what Tail Logain did. I know him too
sure.
well. I still don't know if Al-Eamon's help would be enough. He can't defeat the Darkspawn horde by himself.
And we need the rest of the Grey Wardens.
I don't know how to contact them, or if they're even on their way. We need to do something now.
Yeah,
you
we
have
do.
more at your disposal than you think.
Of course! The treaties!
Grey Wardens can demand aid from dwarves, elves, mages, and other places. They're obligated to help us during a blight.
I may be old, but dwarves, elves, mages, this Arl Eamon, and who knows what else. This
Sis,
sounds like an army to me.
Flemeth
So can we
is
do this? Go to
so
Redcliffe and these
much.
other places and build an army.
Yeah, pretty much. But you know, Flemeth is so much like the outsider from Dishonored in that everything is set into motion, kinda because of her and how she's basically a puppet master who's playing with her puppets and is so amused by what the characters do. Uh, uh, no matter if they're good or bad. And that's the kind of character I am so fascinated by, but also the kind of character I'm not sure if I love or hate. But Flemeth is awesome, and why not? Isn't the Grey Warden that what Grey Wardens do?
So you
Yeah?
are set then, ready to be Grey Wardens.
Mm-hmm, pretty much. As ready as we'll ever be, yeah? Mm-hmm.
Now, before you go, there is yet one more thing I can offer you.
Man, the outsider
The
and
stew is
Flemeth
bubbling, Mother
together.
dear. Shall we have 2
Eesh.
guests for the eve?
Quite a
Or
mix.
none?
The Grey Wardens are leaving shortly, girl. And you will be joining them.
Such a shame. What?
Yeah.
You heard me, girl. The last time I
Girl?
looked,
What
you
the
had
fuck?
ears.
I mean, she's a grown-ass woman and she's calling her girl. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, well, I guess, you know, Morgan is the daughter of Flemeth, so why not? But still, she is so cold, man. But I think that's an excellent idea. What makes you think we want her? Thank you, but if Morgan doesn't wish to join us,
Her
yeah?
magic will be useful. Even better, she knows the wilds and how to get past the horde.
Have I no say in this?
Yeah,
You have been
exactly.
itching to get out of the wilds for years. Here is your chance. As
I
for you,
mean-
Wardens, consider this repayment for your lives.
Sis, like I said, she is a puppet master who is setting everything into motion, like the outsider, and yeah, I love her too. And she's just so, she's like, you know, if I mentioned how um, uh, uh, Morgan was called Flemeth, man. I mean, she is like, you know, ice cold. I mean, like she is like, you know, absolute zero. You know, like you know the temperature. She's absolute zero is what she is. Very well, we'll take her with us. Was this your idea all along, or just, you know, like let's
Not
take
to
her?
look a gift horse
Yeah.
in the mouth,
But-
but won't this add to our problems?
Perfect way to get the fuck
Out
out
of
of
the
the
wilds,
wilds.
she's
Yeah, pretty
impossible.
much. To get out
Do
of
not
here.
wish help from us illegal mages, young man. Perhaps I should have left you on that tower.
Point
Wow.
taken.
Yeah, point
Mother?
taken.
This is not how I wanted this. I'm not even ready.
That makes
You
sense.
must be ready. Alone, these two must unite for Eldon against the Darkspawn.
On her
They need
time.
you, Morrigan. Without you, they will surely fail.
Oh my
and all
god.
will perish under the blight.
Wow.
Even I.
I just fucking.
Understand.
And
It
you,
just-
Wardens. Do you understand? I give you that which I value above all in this world. I do this because you
Oh my
must
God.
succeed.
And we're going to, but sis, it just crossed my mind, like, you know, I mentioned on like Facebook and even like on Twitter, like, you know, on Twitter long before I began the stream on Dragon Age Origins, but I mentioned how like she's gotta go to Orlais and chill with the Empress after this. Exactly, yeah. But you know, I mean that, you know, that right there, sis, is so many years. You know, like it's so many years that's gonna happen. But this right here was like, you know, was before she's gonna be chilling with the Empress. But I love the fact, like I love the fact that just like, you know, Alistair and Rickard Cruzland, the Grey Warden, Morgan is basically going through her own coming of age tale in that she has to learn to grow up and learn to live without her mother outside of the wilds. And sis, you heard what Morgan said herself, like she mentioned how like that she wanted it to be when she was ready, and now she feels unready, and she feels no I said unready. She feels like she's not ready and that she's unsure, and I love that so much because it ties into the whole coming of age tale I mentioned on Facebook and Twitter, and how she is so similar to Alistair and like Rickard Kuzland. It's basically like it's like
Allow me to get my
Hermione,
things, if you
Ron,
please.
and Harry from like the Harry Potter series. Three of them
I am
growing
at
up
your disposal, Grey
together
Wardens.
as a
I
team.
suggest a village north of the wilds as our first destination.
I love
It's
that.
not
I
far,
do.
and you will find much you need there.
Them
Or if you prefer, I shall simply be your silent guide.
learning
The
to
choice is yours.
learning to grow up together and become a team. I love that so much. Alongside a sister Nightingale, before she would become that character or that persona, Liliana. But yeah, I think we should get underway. No, I prefer you speak your mind. Yeah.
You will regret saying that.
How is
Dear,
a
sweet
choice
mother,
no? Because
you are
it
so
freaks
kind to
us
cast
out.
me out
Oh,
like
right.
this. How fondly
I can see
shall
why.
remember this moment.
Oh my god.
Well, I always said, if you want something
Wow.
done, do it yourself. Or hear about it for a decade
Oh my
or
god.
two afterwards.
For
just-
me, sis,
Do you really want to take her along because her mother says so?
what options should I choose here? Not really, no. I'm not really sure. We need all the help we can get. Not really, no. I mean, because mother says so. I'm 103. I'll choose one. Yeah, because
I guess you're right. The Grey Wardens
I have this
have always
weakness
taken allies where they could find
when it comes to characters
I am
like
so
Morgan
pleased to have
or
your
Alistair.
approval.
It's basically me. It's basically me being kind and respectful and not wanting to be a dick. But or two, all right. I fucked up there, but oh well. I think we should get underway. Questions about what? What questions?
I may have answers.
Didn't
Ask.
we ask her? Have you ever been outside of the wilds?
From time to time.
I wonder.
I have been to the village I mentioned, watched its people, and pondered what curious beings they are. On occasion, I purchased goods from the village merchants. There I spoke with men a little. There they stared and knew me as an outsider.
Yeah.
Mother wishes for me to expand the horizon of my experience beyond the wilds. Even she was not born here.
Oh, is that what you want?
What I want is to see mountains. I wish to witness the ocean and step into its waters. I want to experience a city rather than see it in my mind.
How old is she?
Yes, this is what I want.
Morgan.
Actually, leaving is harder than I thought, however.
Because
Perhaps Mother is right. It must simply be done quickly.
she is so young, like sis. All right, I have no idea, but sis, I am so confident in that she's about the same age as the Grey Warden and Alistair, because once again, this Dragon Age Origins, just like the name itself, is a coming of age tale. And that
It was
again
she who raised me, and
is
thus
awesome.
I consider her my mother, born from her womb or not. 'Tis what you
Oh,
meant,
right.
yes?
Yeah, it should be around that, because sis, you would not call like the Grey Warden a pup if he or she was not actually young, because I mean it would make sense, especially since the game is called Dragon Age Origins. But yeah. It's just difficult to imagine her. And plus, this, if you see how Morgan looks in Dragon Age Inquisition, she looks about like in her 30s, where here she's about like between 18 up to early 20s. But yeah, it's just difficult to imagine her. I was just wondering about her age. Imagine her.
Young, married, pregnant.
Ancient.
Who said she was any of these things? I certainly
I think
did not.
early ages of legal adulthood. Right, I forgot I read that, but tell me about this village to the north.
is a small place of little consequence called Lothering. No more than a stop along your Imperial Highway where travelers purchase goods from local farms and smiths.
But yeah,
I would go more often were it not for the town's chantry. It makes
she,
the village particularly intolerant and unpleasant for a stranger
Alistair,
such as me.
the Grey Warden.
Chantry. And they never in all this time thought that maybe you were a witch.
Of course they
Liliana,
have. They even called out their Templars once. They
And-
found nothing.
and Morgan, all of them grew up their own
I
ways. They
mention it for
do.
its tavern, where travellers gather with news from other places. 'Tis small enough that our appearance might go unnoticed.
And
Beyond
Sten.
that, 'tis close, and I know the way.
Sis, what happens to the Grey Warden character you created in Dragon Age Inquisition? Because for the Grey Warden I made, he
The
ends
real
up with
question is
Sten
how we are going to
going
get your
to
friend
the
past the
Kunaris.
Darkspawn, is it
But
not?
yeah,
That's true. We can sense the Darkspawn. Conversely, they can sense us.
yeah, that's not reassuring. I don't sense any Darkspawn.
You won't right away. No. It takes time. We should be able to sneak past smaller groups, but larger ones, or particularly intelligent
depends on what you
Darkspawn,
choose at the
will
end.
always detect us.
I choose
Mother
to
has given me something else for them to smell instead as
stay
we pass by.
with
It is
the group.
important we head out of the wilds, however, not farther in.
Especially since, Alistair becomes king, and Queen Nora is by his side. But yeah, I mean, like, I think it was Liliana herself had meant. I'm not sure. I'm not sure though. But I think Liliana herself had mentioned that of Dragon Age Origins, of Dragon Age Origins. It was in the DLC Awakening, but she mentioned herself that that Sten and the Grey Warden were together going on some kind of adventure, I guess, to see the Kunari. But yeah, Darkspawn camped farther in the
They
forest.
come from underground, like
Lied
an
Morgan's
eruption.
father.
They broke
Peasant
through
origins.
deep within
Oh,
the forest, and
right.
that is where they will be most
I need to
concentrated.
look that up, sis. I really need to look that up because I mean, like, I was so intrigued by the idea of what happened to Stan and the Warden, depending on the ending once again. But now I'm curious about Morgan's
I
father.
know a few spells.
I mean-
though I am nowhere near as powerful as Mother.
They never
I have
once
also studied history and your Grey Warden treaties.
mentioned her
Can you
father,
cook?
not once.
I can cook.
That's odd, but
Yes.
curious. I guess I'm curious about that. I mean, exactly. I mean, what the fuck, cook? I mean, Alistair, you fucking cook for God's sake. I mean, what the hell? Excellent. You'll be some use. No, fuck no, fuck no. Never mind him. You don't have to cook. Thank you. You can substitute for Alistair. I mean, wow.
Right, my cooking will kill us. That's all I meant.
I also know at least 15
Well.
different poisons that grow right here
Oh
in
my
this
god.
marsh.
Oh,
Not that I would
that's
suggest
cool.
it is at
And
all related
is
to cooking.
you can send me the link on Twitter if it's okay, if it's all right. And if you can, or like, you know, anytime you
Farewell,
can.
Mother.
But yeah,
Do not forget the stew on the fire. I would hate to return
Wow.
to a burned down hut.
caring she is.
'Tis far more likely you will return to see this entire area, along with my hut, swallowed up by the blight.
Wow.
All I meant was...
Yes, I know. Do try to have fun, dear.
Wow. Sis, she was clearly scared, and wow, I did not fuck up once. Morgan approves a +4, Alistair +5, nice. Well, sis and guys, gals, it's been fun. Do send me the link to the site which you looked up on Google, sis, and thank you for joining. And the same to you guys and gals who have watched. But it's been fun, and until next time. And thanks, sis. Thank you. And until next time, guys and gals, peace out, and Saya fucking Nara. But yeah.